Like this video and subscribe to the channel right now, and get 1 week of amazing luck. Navigable canals are essential for connecting seas, lakes, and rivers because they provide quicker travel times and aid in controlling intranational water transportation. To ease the everyday movement of diverse vessels, there are hundreds of transport channels with varying lengths, widths, and depths around the world. Here are 15 of the biggest canals from around the world. Number 15. Jinghang Grand Canal. Known also as the Grand Canal, the Jinghang Canal, at 1,794 kilometers, is the world's longest and oldest artificial watercourse. It begins in Beijing and travels through Tianjin, Hebei Province, Shandong Province, and Jiangsu Province before ending in Jiangsu Province. Additionally, it connects the Yangtze and Yellow Rivers, two well-known Chinese rivers. By boosting trade between the north and the south, it has a big impact on the economy of the nation. Over 6 million individuals were involved in its construction, which engineers worked on for nearly 2,000 years beginning in 500 BC. This canal helps move 30 million tons of freight each year, which has a significant economic impact on China. Even though it isn't as significant as it once was, it continues to draw travelers from all over the world. Number 14. Rhine-Main-Danube Canal. During the First World War, work on a waterway connecting the three most significant rivers in Western Europe began. It was completed in 1992 and is 171 kilometers long. Ships can travel freely over the rivers between the North Black Seas and the Atlantic Ocean thanks to this important sea route. To pass this canal, which carries about 2,500 tons of cargo, ships must travel through 16 locks and raise themselves more than 1,300 feet above sea level. Locks are necessary to transport ships from one river to another since the Danube and the main rivers have various altitudes. During this crossing operation, the ships are trapped within the walls of the locks. Between 1960 and 1992, the government spent €2.3 billion building this waterway. Number 13. Suez Canal. The Red Sea and the Mediterranean Sea are connected by an artificial waterway called the Suez Canal. This body of water separates Africa from Asia and provides direct access to the northern Indian and Atlantic Oceans, shortening the distance between the Arabian Sea and the Indian Ocean. The Great Bitter Lake, the Bala Bypass, and a single-lane waterway with passing places were all originally intended for the canal. The Egyptian government started a project to expand it in August 2014, and around 20,000 employees were drafted to help with the project every 10 months. When the construction was finished 2 years later and a new side channel was formally opened, unfortunately, many of them passed away from cholera and other illnesses. The 120-mile waterway has been a flashpoint for geopolitical conflict since it opened in 1869. Number 12. Houston Ship Canal. One of the busiest seaports in the world, the Port of Houston, contains the Houston Ship Canal. The channel offers ocean-going ships a route between the town and the Gulf of Mexico. There are numerous ports and private docks along this channel. The ExxonMobil Baytown Complex and the Deer Park Complex are two of its principal terminals. This channel, which has been used to transport commodities to the sea since 1836, also offers 5 vehicle crossings, including the Fred Hartman Bridge, the Lynchburg Ferry, the Sidney Sherman Bridge, the Sam Houston Bridge, and the Washburn Tunnel. By the middle of the 20th century, Houston's port had established itself as one of Texas' major ports after the hurricane that hit Galveston in 1990. In 1922, the United States Army Corps of Engineers raised the channel's depth from 25 to 30 feet. Number 11. White Sea-Baltic Canal. The White Sea-Baltic Canal is a waterway that runs from the White Sea to the Baltic Sea and connects it to Lake Onega. Its shallow depth of 3.5 meters makes it unsuitable for the majority of seagoing vessels. The canal, which largely follows a number of minor rivers, carries only light traffic and relatively tiny vessels. This canal, which was constructed by more than 170,000 inmates serving sentences for both political and non-political offenses, is evidence of the Soviet Union's engineering prowess and ingenuity. This 227-kilometer waterway partially follows a number of small rivers and Lake Vegas Zero. In 1985, this canal's tonnage reached its peak, moving more than 7.3 million tons of cargo. Number 10. St. Lawrence Seaway. Between Canada and the United States, there are canals, channels, and locks along the St. Lawrence Seaway. It allows ships to sail from the North Atlantic Ocean to the North American Great Lakes. There are various sections of navigable canals with river channels, however, the canal is not continuous. The international trade of both Canada and the United States depends on this seaway. Each year, it transports 40 to 50 million tons of cargo, more than half of which is shipped to and from the Middle East, Europe, and Africa. This water body welcomes over 2,000 recreational boats of over a ton every year. Number 9. Hanoi Canal. The Hawaii Canal, also known as the Venice of Vietnam, is located on the southern coast of the China Sea in Vietnam. In the 16th century, this waterway served as an international port, but today, Da Nang is the location of the most significant shipping activity. In addition to being a popular tourist destination in the state, it was also used for fishing, which raised its economic worth. A prime example of a Southeast Asian trading port with structures from the 15th to the 19th centuries, Hawaiian's Old Town was named a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1999. Number 8. Panama Canal. Ships going between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans now spend less time at sea due to the artificial channel known as the Panama Canal. Additionally, it assists them in avoiding the potentially dangerous Cape Horn route around South America and the other route across the northern archipelago and the Bering Strait. Tens of thousands of workers, the majority of whom came from Martinique, Barbados, and Guadeloupe, were needed to accomplish the work, which started in 1904 and was finished in 1914. To accommodate larger ships, a broader third lane of locks was built between 2007 and 2016. The American Society of Civil Engineers lists this as one of the 7 modern wonders of the world because it is currently one of the biggest and most complex engineering projects ever completed. Although it was formerly under U.S. authority, it was eventually turned over to the U.S.-run Panama Canal Commission. That makes logical because Panama is a U.S. protectorate. Number 7. Welland Canal. The Welland Canal is the longest in Germany and the country's most important transport hub. It forms an important link in the waterway network of that country, providing the principal east-west inland waterway connection. Its significance goes beyond Germany as it links France, Switzerland, and the Benelux countries with Poland, the Czech Republic, and the Baltic Sea. It took more than 50 years to build, and this canal was finally inaugurated in 1978. Even now, after the major work was finished, it is constantly being rebuilt. It originally had a capacity of 1,000 tons, but it has since been increased to 1,350 tons of ships. Tourists are drawn to Midland by the gorgeous views along its banks as well as the distinctive ships and bridges from passing ships. Residents believe this canal to be the most significant architectural feature, so they are making every effort to preserve it. Number 6. Manchester Ship Canal. The Manchester Ship Canal is an island waterway connecting Manchester to the Irish Sea. It contains several locks that lift the passing vessels 18 meters to its terminal in Manchester. It's owned by a private company that plans to expand, redevelop, and increase shipping from 8,000 containers yearly to 100,000 by 2030. By the mid-1830s, Manchester was recognized as the greatest industrial city in the world. They opened the world's first intercity railway in 1830, but it wasn't enough. While the idea for building a river round dates back to the 1660s, construction only began in 1882. This was done to facilitate the movement of their goods to other nations. The project, begun in 1894, took almost €15 million to finish. Manchester's port is currently Britain's third busiest port. Number 5. Kiel Canal. The Kaiser Wilhelm Canal, which connects the North Sea to the Baltic Sea, was once known as the Kiel Canal before it was formally altered. Aside from its 2 sea entrances, the Gisela Canal connects it to the River Ader. This waterway has had 2 expansions since it was built. It is currently 526 meters wide and 37 feet deep, with 146-foot-long locks that span over 7 high-level bridges. It was constructed between 1997 and 1895 and made it unnecessary for ships to pass around Jutland in the north. The largest artificial waterway for seagoing ships in the world, this canal was built by nearly 9,000 people between 1907 and 1914 to handle huge Navy ships. Number 4. Welland Canal. Lake Ontario and Lake Erie are connected via the Welland Canal. It allows ships to the compartment and avoid Niagara Falls as well as ascend and descend in Nigeria. The maximum ship height is limited to 35.5 meters due to the Garden City Skyway over the canal. The remaining railroad and highway crossings are either movable bridges or tunnels beneath the canal. Each year, roughly 3,000 ships equivalent to 40 million tons of cargo pass through the Welland Canal. Only between March and December is this canal accessible. Throughout the winter, it is closed for repair. In addition to huge ships, yachts and boats are also permitted entry. There have been a number of mishaps at this location, but the most infamous one was the attack on April 21, 1900, when some members of the Irish Republican Organization attempted to blow up one of Lot 24's doors. Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take me 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal: you just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribes button and hit the notification bell, and you'll get 15 years of amazing luck. Try it, it really works. Number 3. VolgaDon Canal. The VolgaDon Canal, which connects the Don River and the Volga River, is a blessing. Additionally, this canal offers the quickest connection between the Caspian Sea and the oceans of the world. This canal features 4 locks on the Don slope, which raises and lowers ships by 44 meters, and 9 locks on the Volga slope, which raises and lowers ships by 88 meters from river height. Peter the Great intended to construct a canal between the two tributaries in 1697, which led to the first attempt to connect the two rivers. Making this fantasy a reality required the use of 8,000 heavy-duty vehicles during construction. Civilian employees of German and Soviet World War II prisoners of war participated in the building activity. The current annual capacity of this channel is up to 16 million tons of freight, and so far, more than 400 million tons of cargo and at least 5 million passengers have been transported via it. The current annual capacity of this channel is up to 16 million tons of freight, and so far, more than 400 million tons of cargo and at least 5 million passengers have been transported via it. Number 2. Corinth Canal. The Corinth Canal links the Saronic Gulf to the Gulf of Corinth and the Ionian Sea. Because of its size, few modern ships can pass through. Though it is thought that work began as early as the 7th century, the building didn't open to the public until 1893. While the project was ongoing, more than 2,500 people were employed, and the canal now offers both a tourist draw and a financial benefit. Sadly, just 15 ships pass through this canal each year since the channel is too narrow for them, making it one of the most expensive in terms of length in kilometers. The Corinth Canal spans 6.3 kilometers long and 26 feet deep. Its widest is between 69 and 82 feet at the bottom and surface respectively. Due to the walls standing at 170 feet, ships can save a journey of 185 nautical miles. Number 1. Karakam Canal. The Karakam Desert is located in Turkmenistan, Central Asia. Its name is derived from the two Turkic words Karakam, which mean black sand. The desert covers an area of about 135,000 square miles, which is about 70% of Turkmenistan's land area. The Karakam Desert is one of the driest places on Earth. However, there is surface water running across this desert in the form of the 850-mile Karakam Canal. First constructed in 1954 during the Soviet era, the Karakam Canal is one of the largest desert irrigation projects in the world. The water source of the canal comes from the Amu Darya River, which is fed by the rivers of its neighbor country, Uzbekistan.